Bashem Yahushai, Shalom to the house of David by after Wadad, 144,001 men, women, and children are part of the elect. To the Israelites, foreigners, confusion of faces, speaking of different tongues, scattered four corners of the earth. I basically wanted to do this. I did a video earlier, I believe 2 days ago. I did a video on Through the Spirit about Ramses II that they found. And the way the Spirit is moving this week, there it is at the time of the Passover, the 7 days of unleavened bread, and POLIGHT, the Kemet, the Ramses POLIGHT rises up and starts talking trash out of nowhere again, because this is all spiritual, showing the Most High controls both left and right, and it's all omens, it's all signs. But meditating in the scriptures and the Exodus, because we're in the time of the Passover, how the second Exodus is coming, and I'm gonna bring the scripture out again, even though I brought it out before. Because when America is destroyed, that's going to be there's going to be a high holy day in our kingdom, which is soon to come. The King of Kings, Yahushua, is at the door. So seeing that POLIGHT to the white man, the Kemet, I call him the spiritual Goliath. Basically, he came against the truth, and the time that he came against the truth, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's all spiritual. Because the Most High is about to destroy this place. But I'm going to bring it out again, the articles for vibration's sake, and just bring out the scripture, and Lord willing, close it out, just for vibration's sake, Archaeologists find massive 3,000-year-old statue in Cairo slum, which they're saying is Ramses II. It's one of the greatest, they say he's the greatest pharaoh, or whatever the case. We're going to read the article again, just bring out the scripture, and just close it out, just for vibration's sake. Archaeologists have found 26-foot statue submerged in groundwater in a Cairo slum that the Iniquities Ministry has hailed as one of the most important discoveries ever. And here it is. We're at the time of the Passover, and all of a sudden this shows up. That's spooky. Spooky means strange and eerie. And the Most High works with that. That death angel that went through Egypt, killing the firstborn sons. Guess what? That was spooky. The 10 plagues prior to that was spooky. And it was a famine. That plagues was a stretch of 11-month span. 11 means destruction. Now the scriptures say Amos 9:11, he's going to rebuild the tabernacle of David that has fallen, man. That's the times we're living in. The Lord's closing the breaches thereof. We're living at that time. Experts say it's probably depicts revered Pharaoh Ramses II, who ruled Egypt more than 3,000 years ago. There was unearthed near the ruins of Ramses II temple is the ancient city of Heliopolis, which is located in the eastern part of modern-day Cairo. So here it is. Can you explain? You think that's a coincidence, POLIGHT? Huh? You think that's a coincidence? That the Passover, 2 days prior to the Passover, or a day prior to Thursday, right next to when the Passover is the same week. Here it is. They find this, which is they find this Ramses II, which is one of the greatest finds. Archaeologists are saying. You think that's a coincidence? No, that's supernatural. That's spooky, strange, and eerie. Last Tuesday, they called me to announce the big discovery of a colossus of a king, most probably Ramses II, made out of quartzite. Antiquities Minister Khalid Ali Anini said Thursday. Them Arabs, man, they take control of that shit. Here it is, you saying, oh, that's our land, that's our land. Them Hamites them Ishmaelites, them Arabs that control all that. Not even them. Them Edomites that control all that, man. With a lot of them Ishmaelites, Arabs are really Greek babies anyway. The Edomites anyway. The most powerful and celebrated ruler of ancient Egypt, the pharaoh also known as Ramses the Great, was the third of the 19th dynasty of Egypt. He led several military expeditions and expanded the Egyptian empire to stretch from Syria to the east to Nubia in the south. His successors called him the Great Ancestor. On Thursday, archaeologists, officials, local residents, and members of the news media looked on a massive forklift pull the statue's head out of the water. It's a head symbolizing, hey, didn't we just bring out the scripture? David chopped off Goliath's head. And we brought that out. King David slayed Goliath's head, chopped off Goliath's head, and David took his head, which is power structure. And that's what we're doing to the Spirit Bashem Yahushai with the lies of this Egypt, man. The lies of Pharaoh, modern day Pharaohs, you Edomites, you Rothschilds, ruling the planet Earth, man. That has the children of Israel in captivity, man. We're taking your head off through the Spirit Bashem Yahushai with this truth. That we're the children of Israel and you're not, and you're going to slavery, and America is going to be destroyed. Modern day Egypt is going to be destroyed. On Thursday, archaeologists, officials, local residents, members of the news media look on a massive forklift pull the statue's head out the water. The joint Egyptian-German expedition also found the upper part of the life-size limestone statue of Pharaoh Seti II, Ramses II's grandson, that is 31 inches long. Seti, man. He had Cyrus and Seti too, part of House of Consciousness. Most High destroying all of that, man. Most High that was set was like a lord of darkness and evil and war. The Egyptians had many different gods, like we brought out earlier, man. It's like the Hamites, the Philistines, the giant Goliath, he prayed to his gods. And David prayed to our ancestor, all right? Our forefather, King David, prayed to what? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. The God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, to give him power to destroy Goliath, man. And that's what we're doing right now. We're praying to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai to raise us up and give us that power, have mercy upon us, and raise us up as in the time of old, man. The 12 tribes of Israel, the house of David. The Sun Temple in Heliopolis was founded by Ramses II, leading way to the likelihood the statue is of him, archaeologists say. It is one of the largest temples in Egypt, almost double the size of Luxor's Karnak, but was destroyed in Greco-Roman times. Many of the obelisks were moved to Alexandria or to Europe, and stones from the site were looted and used for building as Cairo developed. It is one of the most important excavations in Egypt. America has a whole bunch of obelisks, man, because it's spiritually Egypt. Dr. Salima Ekram, an archaeologist and professor of Egyptology at the American University in Cairo, who was a part of the dig this week, told NBC News. She described the new find as spectacular. The things are astonishing. Egyptology. Here it is. You Kemet dudes want to call yourself Egyptologists and all that. These Edomites are the real Egyptologists, man. They're over there digging shit up, man. Doing archaeological finds and all that shit. She said the ongoing work at the site is crucially important because it is basically rescue archaeology of one of the most important religious places in ancient Egyptian history. It is birthplace of the sun god and indeed of Egypt and its civilization in terms of Egyptian mythology, man. Experts will now, that's why the Greeks, man, them heathens, they're into that shit. The Greeks, they were into that shit, man. Alexander the Greek, he even did his own version of, I believe the bull god Apis, and they made their own version of it, Serapis, man. Even Alexander the Greek, he made himself a pharaoh. You know, so them heathens are into that, man. But us as Israelites, we're not supposed to be into them heathenistic customs, but a lot of our people, they want to go into that, man. Like POLIGHT. He's an Israelite by flesh, but in the spirit, his spirit is of a Hamite, man. Experts will now attempt to extract remaining pieces of both statues before restoring them. If they are successful, and the Colossus is proven to depict Ramses II, it will be moved to the entrance of the Grand Egyptian Museum, set to open in 2018. The discovery was made in the working class area of Madaria among unfinished buildings and mud roads. Those are all signs, man. The Lord's going to destroy the modern day Egyptians, man. Which is you Hamites. Modern day Egyptians, I'm sorry, spiritually, you Edomites. You Hamites going to be destroyed too. You Rothschild's elites, you're the Pharaoh. You're the Pharaoh now, man. You're the Pharaoh, man. And you Hamites going to be destroyed too. Your actual physical Hamites going to be destroyed too, man. We're going to jump on your asses too, you Hamites, man. You're going to be put in slavery, like the scriptures say. In Isaiah 45. Sabaeans are being chains bowed down unto thee. Isaiah 11, we're going to jump on the shoulders of the Philistines. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, like the head, King David, our forefather, Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You call him a so-called Negro today, chopping the head off of the Goliath, a Hamite. And Yahweh Shai, the King of Kings, our Lord and Savior, he's coming back. In the second Exodus, we at the door. And that's that power structure, your head coming on. That's the power structure. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Here it is. They still make movies about it, man. Out of the land of Egypt, man. Charles Heston, Exodus. You had that movie Exodus. You had the Princes of Egypt. And you're going to be talked about. This second Exodus will be greater than that, man. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the Lord, from the land of the north, and for all the lands whether he had driven them, talk about North America, and we were scattered in four corners of the earth, and I will bring them again into that land that I've given unto their fathers. You know? The Lord's going to give us our land back. Amos 9 and 9, for vibration's sake. For lo, I will command, I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day where I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I'll raise up his ruins, and I'll build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, save the Lord that doeth this. So you heathens are going to go in slavery, man. Starting with you Edomites, you Hamites, you Ishmaelites, all you heathen nations, man. Hey, it tells you right there, man. All you heathen nations. Psalms 2 and 8 says, "Ask for me, and I shall give thee the heathen as an inheritance," man. So you Hamites, you're going to go in slavery, man. You actual